Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 16 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We're just gonna hop into today's episode, currently with a rating of 1640. Today will be our very last day with this team, and I will be switching to something brand new tomorrow, and I still have to figure out what exactly I want to use, but stay tuned for an exciting team. We're gonna find Seth from Belgium with a rating of 1599 immediately to kick off today's episode. As always, if you enjoy Road to Ranked, please share your support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. Seth here is rocking a pretty cool team of Talonflame, Liepard, Xerneas, Rayquaza, Landorus T, and Clefairy. So Clefairy definitely sticks out to me the most. It's a very good support Pokemon in this format because of its ability, which really protects its partners. I've actually seen a bunch of Clefairies run with Mega Rayquaza, so pretty cool to see that combination here, and very scary to deal with in general. Clefairy can be really annoying because you can't knock it out in one hit, and you kind of have to rely on a bunch of different answers. So let's see. I feel like the Trick Room setup here is going to be really good for me, though. So I might want to try to take advantage of that. The Liepard plus the Xerneas is really the scariest thing, though. Though I think I like Cresselia Kangaskhan here as a lead, since Kangaskhan puts on immense pressure with Double Edge against really anything my opponent has to offer. And in the back, I'm thinking I definitely want Groudon here. That's without a doubt. The question is whether I want Palkia or Landorus here. Palkia is obviously nice for damage output, Spatial Rend against everything but the fairies, but he does have two fairy type Pokemon in which can really shut down Palkia. Amoonguss could be worth bringing as well, mainly for Xerneas, like always. And the main reason why you don't want Landorus here is for Intimidate, since he's got his own Landorus, a Rayquaza, and a Talonflame. So let's see what to go with. I think I'm actually gonna go with Landorus this time around. I feel like Intimidate's actually a big enough reason to bring it, and just getting Earthquakes off, Rock Slides, and potential Explosion too would be really nice. So we're going to get into the very first game. Let's see how this goes. Very curious to see whether the Clefairy makes an appearance or not, because, you know, for redirection support, it is one of the best users out there. Obviously, you can't Spore like Amoonguss can, but you do help your partner out a lot. Okay, so we see Talonflame and Xerneas as a lead from my opponent, which I'm okay with here. The question is whether Xerneas is going to choose the Geomancy or not. Because if he Geomancies, what I can do is just go for a double edge play right now. But another good play for my opponent to make is to go for a Brave Quick Guard. So Talonflame here can do three things. It can Quick Guard, Tailwind, Brave Bird, or Taunt, on any of those, I guess. Or you can Brave Bird and Moonblast Kangaskhan. So if I Helping Hand Double Edge, that's really risky. I don't know, I just feel like Geomancy's coming though. Yeah, I'm gonna Helping Hand Double Edge. And if he goes for the Quick Guard play and Geomancy's, then I instantly win the game. But the main issue here is if the Xerneas is max speed, or if he's, you know, invested in speed, which he should be, then he'll be able to outspeed me before the Mega Evolution. So here comes the Helping Hand. Do we see a Quick Guard? No, he just Brave Birds. Oh, this is bad, potentially. Let's see. Into Kang, okay. Is he going to Moonblast as well? Yeah, he Geomancies. Nice. Okay, so I was a little bit scared he would Brave Bird and Moonblast into that slot, like I said, because he probably would have been able to survive that. So now I kind of wish I brought Palkia since I was able to eliminate Xerneas right away. But actually having the Landorus in the back is still really nice because I'll be able to switch out in the following turn. And Landorus puts on immense pressure against the Talonflame with Rock Slide. So I do get the Helping Hand Double Edge off here. That should knock out the Xerneas. Yep, picks up the one-hit KO. Gets a crit there, but don't think that one mattered given how much damage the first hit did there. Around 75% or so. Xerneas goes down, Kangaskhan takes a lot of recoil, so we basically trade damage, but I knocked out one of his restricted legendaries while I still have both of them. Since I didn't bring Palkia, but if he's got the Rayquaza in the back, my Cresselia has a pretty optimal matchup there. It looks like Clefairy is actually going to be coming in here, which I'm more than okay with. Here's a fun play I could make, actually. I will be taking Clefairy's Friend Guard away to boost my team. Could switch Kangaskhan out. Don't really see much reason to, though. So I'm going to skill swap. Don't want to shut up Trick Room here, just because I want to figure out what the Clefairy has. And yeah, I guess I could Sucker Punch here. But he should just outspeed me. I'll Double Edge the Talonflame in case he doesn't target Kangaskhan for whatever reason. But he's going to go for the Follow Me. I'm fine with that. There's not much mileage you can get from that. There's a Brave Bird coming out. presumably trying to knock out the Kangaskhan here. If he targets Crest, that's even better for me. But yeah, he's going to be smart enough to target down the Kangaskhan. So, do lose Kangaskhan, but I already had taken a lot of damage from last turn and the recoil, and the skill swap here does allow me to steal Clefairy's Friend Guard ability, so now my partner will be, assisted, which is really nice. And another nice thing is I'll be able to get the free switching into my Landers, and since I was able to knock out the Xerneas, I don't have to worry about him outspeeding me. Neither Talonflame nor Clefairy have much damage output right now, so this next turn I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for a Rock Slide, and I'm going to Ice Beam the Talonflame. Because he very well may switch into Rayquaza. And Talonflame's a Pokemon that typically doesn't carry Protect. So yeah, I like the Rock Slide play here. And Friend Guard boosted Crest is pretty fun. It does allow me to make my Groudon in the back even bulkier. And I think in the late game, to close up this game, I can definitely go for the Trick Room play. But this turn, I want to punish any potential switch outs my opponent makes, because if he stays in with both Pokemon, I just knock out Talonflame and I'm up 3-2, and then I can just Trick Room to close out the game. If he switches out into Rayquaza, he'd had to follow me. At the same time, even if he does go for the follow me play, I'll still get a super effective Rock Slide off against Rayquaza since Delta Stream isn't active. But looks like it's Clefairy switching out here, so if Talonflame doesn't protect, then the game is instantly going to be won as long as I hit my Rock Slide on Talonflame. So things are looking really, really good right now. And he does have Brave Bird. Like I mentioned, most Talonflames in this format don't currently carry Protect since they're running moves like Quick Guard, Flare Blitz, Taunt, Tailwind, etc. And with the Intimidate and the Friend Guard, Landers takes that so nicely. Missed the Rock Slide on Rayquaza, which kind of sucks, but at least hit it on the Talonflame. If I connected with Rayquaza, that plus Ice Beam was a guaranteed KO, but, Rock Slide's accuracy obviously isn't 100%, so I can't feel too bad about that. More importantly, though, Cresselia here does connect with the Ice Beam onto Rayquaza. Does a good amount of damage. Game's certainly not over, but now what I'll be able to do is set up Trick Room, and then I can just go Helping Hand Eruption with the Groudon, which I have in the back. So here you probably follow me. I'll Trick Room. And could Rock Slide, but Explosion gives me the free switch out. Yeah, I'm actually going to Explode here. Because if you're my opponent, your Rayquaza's probably going to want to target down Landorus. Like, Clefairy obviously can't win the game, so he's solely relying on Rayquaza right now. So, even if I, crit Explosion myself, if Rayquaza protects and I crit Explosion myself, that's the worst case scenario, I still get Trick Room up and I still win the game. The only way for my opponent to really have anything to pull off here is if Clefairy had something like Thunder Wave. I think that's the only, honestly, solution that my opponent could potentially have here. Because once Trick Room goes up, then I just win with Groudon in the back. And if Rayquaza doesn't knock out Landers here, then I instantly win the game. Oh, but he is going to go for the Protect. Okay, good play. Let's see if Clefairy protects as well. So kind of a dead turn here as I actually just sacrifice my Landorus. But, I'm okay going with that play, knowing that works out. I mean, I instantly win the game if my opponent makes any other play, and I still get the Trick Room up. Let's see how much I do to Crest. Yeah, just over 50%. But like I mentioned, now I do get the free switch into... Oh, that was a crit onto Crest too. So that was the worst case scenario I was describing, and you still saw how everything was fine. Because if he targeted Cresselia there to try to deny Trick Room, then Explosion just knocks your Rayquaza out. And if you double protect, then I get the free switch into Groudon. And now he's not even going to have Delta Stream up, even though that's not really much of an issue at this point. So since he double protected, now all he can do is maybe go for an Extreme Speed onto Groudon, hope for a critical hit. I'm just going to go for the Helping Hand Eruption play, because even if he does a lot of damage to Groudon with Extreme Speed, Helping Hand boost, some boosted Eruptions should still be able to pick up the knockout here. Though I guess Clefairy does have Friend Guard. But very nice play on my opponents on that last turn. I really do like the double protect play just to scout out for what I was going for. Really probably the best play you could have made. And like I mentioned, if he didn't go for that play, I think the game would have just instantly been over. Or if Rayquaza attacked there. But not the case. Smart playing. Gives Seth another turn here. But game should still be in my favor here as long as nothing crazy happens here. But that's crazy. Whoops. Wow. So I forgot about After You on Clefairy. Okay, that also did not nearly as much as I thought it would do, but I forgot that I also have the Friend Guard thanks to Cresselia. But I held my breath there for a moment. I thought I lost the game there because I thought, like, if something crazy happened there, he could pick up a knockout. Get a crit on Clefairy, which kind of sucks, but it doesn't really matter at this point since the most important thing was knocking out Rayquaza. But very cool to see that, and that's something I totally had forgotten and hadn't even considered. So After You allows you to move right after the Pokemon as opposed to waiting for sleep or waiting for speed turns to play out. So obviously Groudon outspeeds Mega Rayquaza, but Clefairy, being as slow as it is, can go for the After You, and Mega Rayquaza was about able to attack right afterwards. Fortunately enough, you know, even if I didn't have Friend Guard with Cresselia, like, my Groudon would have been able to survive that just because Groudon is really, really bulky. But that was a very scary turn there. I actually thought I was about to lose the game. So, fortunately enough, bulky Groudon plus me stealing Friend Guard earlier actually proved really, really clutch. And, you know, a scary endgame there since Explosion was a little bit of a risky play. But like I said, I calculated the odds of everything going wrong, and I was like, I don't think my opponent has a chance of winning this one. I guess, even if he had crit the Dragon Ascent there, he wouldn't have won because he had taken so much damage already onto the Rayquaza slot, as we find Davila from California with a rating of 1636 or 1736. Yeah, so I don't think he had any way to win. The only reason the game even got to that point was because I did miss the Rock Slide onto Rayquaza earlier, but that was pretty cool to see from the Clefairy, and that's something you should definitely be reminded of anytime you might face a Clefairy in the future. So we do see yet another Mega Rayquaza, this time supported by Ludicolo, Kangaskhan, Togekiss, Kyogre, and Ferrothorn. So Mega Evolutioning Kyogre, a bunch of familiar faces from previous VGC formats, Togekiss and Ludicolo here, so another Fairy Redirection user, and then you got Kyogre and Rayquaza as the two restricted legendaries. Very nice team composition in general. I do like Togekiss a lot in this format. So let's see. I think I'm probably going to be keeping Amoonguss out in this one since he's got two grass types, a Togekiss, Rayquaza, so Amoonguss not going to make an appearance. Not the biggest fan of Landorus either, so I might just go King, Crest, Groudon, Palkia, but that's a pretty solid core. So I like Kang. Kind of want to go with Palkia. Crest could allow me to set up Trick Room though and maybe Helping Hand. I don't want to go Palkia though because it puts on more offensive pressure. Yeah, let's go Kangaskhan, Palkia, Groudon, Cresselia. Lock in and we'll see how this goes. But man, that end game of that last one was pretty scary there, despite me thinking, like, that's why you always have to consider everything, even things that you might not, like, even be reminded of. I mean, that's kind of weird to say, I guess, but you should just assume everything, and you gotta figure out, like, okay, even if they had, like, this crazy move, like, what's their way of beating me? They'd have to get a knockout, they'd have to critical hit me, blah, 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 blah. So you're really just thinking through all your odds here. But looks like he's gonna lead with Kangaskhan Kyogre against my Kangaskhan and Palkia, so my Palkia here is pretty comfortable against his Kyogre, but his Kangaskhan is a major offensive presence right now. And this is pretty scary because I want to go for the low kick. But there's pressure right now for me to fake out Kyogre. I guess what I can do is go for the Trick Room though, because if I get Trick Room up, then that's a free switch into Groudon. So if he goes for the fake out onto my Kangaskhan and he wins the speed time, and actually no, that's not even that bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna fake out Kyogre here and Trick Room. Because, oh wow, he actually withdraws Kangaskhan. Maybe Ferrothorn coming in here, which I would be okay with. Okay, yep, it is Ferrothorn coming in. So the Trick Room here actually helps him out a little bit more than it helps me, but I am still okay with that, just because Kyogre's not attacking this turn, and I do set up Trick Room, though. Something like Fake Out Spatial Run onto Kyogre would have been a really nice play. He's actually going to protect with Kyogre, though, so making the best play possible, bringing in a Pokemon that has much better matchup against my two Pokemon. His Fake Out's not going to do anything, but Trick Room does go up here at least. So he doesn't have much offense. I mean, you probably go for like a Water Spout here, or maybe a Water type attack. So I could switch into Groudon, but, oh, that's the tricky thing. He has Rayquaza, and if he's predicting the Groudon switching, what he can do is actually switch Ferrothorn out into Rayquaza and just go for a Water type attack. So that's actually very scary. I'm actually going to go for the Sucker Punch here to reduce Water Spout's damage, see what he goes for. And I'm going to Spatial Rend here. I think he might switch out Ferrothorn. Yeah, he does. So I could have Spatial Rended that slot, but I decided to just at least attack Kyogre. But that's perfect because I don't lose my Groudon, because just without a doubt he's going for a Water type attack here. But yeah, Spatial Rend onto Rayquaza would have been a really nice play to make there. But fortunately enough, I didn't fall into the trap of at least losing Groudon. Sucker Punch there still does a very healthy amount, though. This looks like a bulkier Kyogre, or more offensive Kyogre. But I missed the, I missed the Spatial Rend. Connecting there would have been huge. He's going to go for the Origin Pulse. So can't lie, I am a little bit bummed out about that. However, not the end of the world. Another Sucker Punch plus Spatial Rend combination will knock out Kyogre. The question here is, what does his Rayquaza go for? Can't switch in. Can't switch in. I'm going to Sucker Punch Kyogre again and Spatial Rend Rayquaza here, I think. Because I feel like he might attack with Rayquaza. Ah, that really sucks, missing the Spatial Rend, but yeah, what can you do? But yeah, it makes sense. Let's Sucker Punch that much. I would guess this is a very offensive Kyogre, given that you're paired with a Rayquaza, so you really want to just get powerful attacks off. But you know, great play here. He's going to withdraw the Kyogre, probably back out into Ferrothorn, so I could have potentially gone for a low kick into that slot. I actually really wish I did predict that, since it was somewhat of an obvious prediction, and he makes the best play possible by protecting with Rayquaza. So great plays by my opponent so far, just bringing himself back into this match. And let's see. It's 2 turns of Trick Room gone. So Kangaskhan here probably fakes out Palkia. And Rayquaza is actually slower than Kangaskhan since he was smart enough not to Mega Evolve, so you can go for a Dragon Ascent. So what do I want to do? I want to switch into Cresselia. I'm gonna, switch to Crest and Protect. I could go for the double Trick Room play next turn, actually. Yeah, Spatial Rend connected with Kyogre, this game would feel a lot better, since then all I have to do is set up Trick Room again and just erupt away with my Groudon, but that's not nearly as easy to do since I missed. But that's 95% accuracy for you. Okay, so he Mega Evolves. Oh wait, he Mega Evolved! I'm so stupid, he's not Mega Rayquaza! Oh my gosh! As he goes for the Fake Out onto the Kangaskhan slot, okay. What does Rayquaza go for? Oh my gosh! The Swords Dance coming out right now. Okay. Wow. Beautifully played. And I totally, like, had a mind fart there. Like, obviously he couldn't have been Mega okay. Or maybe he is Mega Rayquaza, and he just brought both Kangaskhan and Rayquaza. Okay, so I have Ice Beam. And I do have Fake Out support again to set up Trick Room. I'm gonna swap Kangaskhan's Parental Bond away, actually, and Spatial Rend Rayquaza. Okay, he protects, that's fine. Wow, Swords Dance Rayquaza. Ice Beam, actually, now that I have Parental Bond, might be able to knock out Rayquaza as well. I just wonder, what physical type do you carry, or Dragon type attack do you carry on regular Rayquaza? Spatial Rend just goes into that. He's gonna go for a double edge, single time attack now. Into Crest. I like that, trying to stop the Trick Room in the future. Trick Room does expire now. Okay, well, here... I'm gonna Ice Beam Rayquaza. I think I might just double up on Rayquaza here. Yeah. He's gonna go for the Sucker Punch. Ooh, onto Crest. That should have knocked me out. Yeah, I mean, it's a single hit. Well, still does a lot, though. Wow. Oh yeah, Dragon Ascent normally from Rayquaza. Okay, does he target Palkia? Yeah, good move. Maybe I gave a little bit too much there. I thought he'd maybe try to overextend and double on Crest, which was what I was hoping for here. So Ice Beam, due to the Parental Bond, should knock out the Rayquaza here, I think. As it does, yeah. So that's nice. So you'd imagine, yeah, if I just had hit the, or first I'll bring in Kangaskhan here, but it would have been really nice to knock out that Kyogre. But at the same time, I could have played that last one a little bit better, I guess. He's going to bring in Ferrothorn here, which makes sense. Oh, I don't want to lose the Weather Ward, that's the main issue. Let's think this through. We probably also Speed Tie. Could low kick Kangaskhan. I definitely want to low kick that slot. He might switch in. I kind of want a Helping Hand Double Edge here since he might switch on to Kyogre. I went for the low kick. Oh, he stays in. Okay, let's see. If I win the speed tie. Oh, no, he outsped. But he targeted Cress. Okay. Okay. I think I still lose, though. Yeah, most likely. I didn't think I fully thought that one through. I mean, you gyro ball here, right? Oh, he leech seeded. That is an error if I've seen one. Wow, that's big. And and the reason why that's big is because it ensures like Kangaskhan gets an attack off against Kyogre. And since Groudon is min speed here, I should be able to win the Weather War. So despite the Spatial Rend miss, I think we might be able to pull it out here. Actually, I forgot. Kyogre had taken damage, so even if he knocked out Kangaskhan there, I could have won the game, I think. Because, yeah, I have Weather Control, and Eruption knocks out Ferrothorn. And your Ice Beams are doing damage. I mean, you probably protect Ferrothorn, so I would probably protect... I mean, you come in to protect Mind Games, but Ice Beam's like a 4 KO, whereas at this point, since Kyogre's taking damage, I think 2 Earth Powers might knock out Kyogre. Maybe 3. But because he allowed me to survive with Kangaskhan, now I just outright win the game. So I'm just going to Eruption and Double Edge here, and there's nothing my opponent can do. I basically trapped him into this perfect position. I guess if he's really bulky Ferrothorn, then Gyro Ball might not have picked up the knockout onto Kangaskhan, but I still think it's a better option than Leech Seed, since, you know, I've probably got Groudon in the back. But, yeah, wow, really interesting to see regular Rayquaza. For some reason, I thought Dragon Ascent was, like, only on Mega Rayquazas. Obviously, that's not the case, but Swords Dance, Mega Ray, pretty cool to see. So, yeah, I still have another turn, so even if he gets another double Protect off here, I mean, he basically has to get a triple Protect with both Pokemon at this point, I think. And the odds of that, not very good. He's not going to go for it, so Kangaskhan here will be able to get the full power Double Edge off here. Going to be able to actually just knock out Kangaskhan in one hit. So, very, very frail. Alright, not Kangaskhan, knock out the Kyogre in one hit. So, very frail Primal Kyogre there as Kangaskhan is able to knock it out with the Double Edge and a Sucker Punch combination. Eruption comes out from my Groudon, targets down to Ferrothorn, picks up the one-hit KO. And we managed to win a pretty scary one here. This one definitely wasn't as one-sided as the first one, and I was definitely a little bit scared here, but fortunately enough, we were able to pull through and win the game. But great game against my opponent there. Obviously, very high rating as well, and that was a fantastic game. Very well played. I wanted to see the Togekiss or the Ludicolo, but in terms of the Pokemon, I mean, it ended up working out quite nicely for me. The lead matchup was nice. I was able to just get Trick Room up immediately. And yeah, if he had low-kicked my Kangaskhan, or double-edged my Kangaskhan, since he won the speed tie, I think he also would have won the game. So maybe a couple slight misplays from my opponents and in the late game there. Not really sure why he prioritized targeting out Cresselia, but fortunately enough, you know, RNG didn't come into factor at the end game just because he ended up not making the play I thought he was going to make, and ends up working out in my favor. So I think in that position, there's nothing you can get from double-edging the Cresselia and going for the Leech Seed. Like, you have to make another play, such as switching out into Kyogre, or going for the target onto my Kangaskhan and hoping you win the speed tie. Something like that. Like, the play he ended up making just wasn't the most optimal one, and didn't give him a chance of winning. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode, guys.